All right, let's try and make some sense out of all of this. You know, I hope that I've been able to give you some ideas that you'll follow up on and you'll look maybe on the web about healing or these scientific aspects that I've just recently mentioned. I mean, to me, this is just very, very important stuff. I mean, the things that I've learned have made a difference in my life. I've seen them make a difference in other people's lives. For the good, for positive, to help them live their lives in a better way. And not just from the fact of dealing with things psychic, but taking it one step further. As I said at the beginning of this, psychicness or mediumship, this is just the tip of the iceberg. It leads you to other things. There were some wonderful things that we've heard. I remember hearing from one of the guides we talked to that the United States had been planned for thousands of years. That we were set up, again looking at correspondence, that we were set up in such a way that it mirrored and duplicated the way that the universe was set up. You know, it's obvious that we are the most powerful nation on earth, the most economically strong nation on earth, and the most influential, both politically and in many other ways. But we are also the English, the Irish, the French, the Italians, the Greeks, the Arabic people, the Russians, the Japanese, the Chinese. We are a mixture and a blend of all the people on this earth. And we are living proof that this world can work. Because we put aside our differences. We put aside our ethnicity in terms of where we focus. There's that word again, focus. And we concentrated and we focused on the things that made us the same and not those things that made us different. Whether we were black or white or red or yellow. We're Americans. We are unique on this earth because we are a nation that is built from other nations more than any other. And the importance of that can't be stressed enough. The other thing that I just want to try and get across to you is this whole thing about being a medium and communicating with people who are no longer in a physical body. There is a wealth of information that lies with the people who want to communicate with us. Tremendous amount of knowledge that could be of help to us. And as I said, I do this because I am trying to live up to their objectives and their goals, which have been proven correct to me over a very, very long period of time. So we can investigate the psychic, we can investigate this opportunity to learn and to share with others who are a bit further along the path, and some of them are very much further along the path, because they've been able to a very large degree put all those negative things aside. Now, we have a few choices to make. We can go merrily on our way, or we can investigate, we can learn, and we can grow. I would hope it would be the latter. True story of when I lived in Dayton, Ohio. I was there for 4 years. And you may or may not know that Dayton was the home of the Wright brothers. And the Wright brothers had gone to Kitty Hawk and had their flight and came back to Dayton and improved upon the physical structure of the plane, and we're now up having test flights. And a reporter from one of the Dayton newspapers came out to this field where the test flights were. I guess from what I understand from the people who told me the story, he dressed very nattily. He was very, very well dressed. And he had this huge hat with a big, wide brim on it. And I don't know who was on the ground and who was on the plane, but let's say Orville was up in the plane and Wilbur was on the ground. And this reporter came up to Wilbur and said, "You know something? It is absolutely impossible to fly." And Wilbur said, "Yeah, but if you look," and he's pointing up, because Orville's up in the plane flying around. And the reporter took his hat and pulled the brim down so he couldn't see upwards. He just didn't want to give up his beliefs. He didn't want to have the open mind that you need to have to explore and grow. To him, keeping those beliefs and nurturing his ego that he was right was far more important to him. I hope we're not like that. If we get to the point ever when we are like that, there are so many opportunities that we're going to miss and not be able to take advantage of. I think that's the one thing that I was able to almost stumble upon in retrospect, was to go in and just start reading and pick up a book in a bookstore that just made me investigate further and led me here to where I am today, 30 years later, and doing this. Doing it not just for myself, but doing it for the guides. This adventure that I've been on is an adventure that's available to all of us. It's kind of ironic that the single greatest mystery that exists on this planet lies within ourselves. We're so used to looking to outer space or deep into the oceans or deep into the earth to explore about things that we don't know. The biggest mystery and the biggest adventure we will ever have is to explore ourselves. And in exploring ourselves, it forces us to explore and begin to understand a little bit better the rest of reality and all of those around us. It would help us to rid ourselves of the prejudices that we have. Because, for example, if we look at reincarnation and think, well, maybe at one time we were the Irish, or I was red, or I was black, or yellow, then maybe that helps us to get rid of some of the prejudices that we have. This is an amazing existence that we have. We will keep exploring and exploring, and I know that it's almost impossible for things to get in the way and to prevent this from happening. If you lived here with me outside the Albany area, I could introduce you to hundreds of people who have explored this and who have found it to be valid and to be true, and have found it to make great meaning in their lives. I know this sounds very altruistic and very idealistic. I make no apology for it. Part of the reason, again, why I'm doing this is it's the right thing to do. And I have learned that also from the people that I have been in contact with. If we always did the right thing, so much more would be accomplished, and we would be able to do so much more, both with our lives and the world around us. I hope you have enjoyed this. I think probably from time to time I'll be adding other little things and that may explore a few more avenues. I'll try and update you. I hope it's been helpful, and I look forward to exploring everything with you. Thank you for your time.